So now we'll talk about some of the notable members. So Shino, obviously, the boy of Konoha 12.
Mm-hmm.
Shino Aburame, well, introvert as he is always,
Opishino.
Shino, exactly. I've never understood. He was very underrated. I've never seen Shino really, lose somewhere.
Oh
Every
shit.
time he is on the screen, he has shown some of his capabilities in a very fascinating way. In fact, he was slightly overpowered if it was not for the plot. I believe he was one of the strongest
Mm-hmm.
during the early point of
Yeah.
because
Justice for
just
Shiro.
yeah, I mean
Man doesn't even sweat while fighting.
yeah.
Yes, dude.
So Shino has always been crazy. If I hope he was given more screen time because he could have been more of a cooler character.
Mhm.
So Shino Abram is one of them. But then, as I told you, there's another guy who's Shibi. His name is Shibi Aburame, who's Shino's father.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we've seen him in a couple of scenes, especially during Pain Assault or Pain's attack on Konoha. The almighty
Mhm.
push in Rothenstein.
Iconic scene.
So during that time, we see him in the series. So, but, okay, I have a question for you. Did Shino ever have a brother? Or do you remember him talking about a brother?
I don't
Nope.
think he mentions of any brother.
What if I tell you he had a brother?
But Chino has a brother.
Yep,
If I
Shino
tell you,
had
I
a
don't
brother.
believe you.
Yeah, it's
Beautiful.
nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, let's talk about his
Once
brother.
have they shown his
Uh-huh.
Well,
or,
what if
according to my
what if I
memory.
say his brother is being shown in the series? We've seen him. In fact, you spoke about him just a while back.
Don't tell
Don't
me
tell me
Kiba is his
Shiba.
dog. I mean, what?
Arey yaar.
Don't tell me Kiba is his brother.
Well, dog.
No. It's not Kiba. It's not Kiba.
Don't tell me Kiba is his dog, lol.
Faber is secretly one of his insects.
No.
Come on. Where is this going?
Oh, that's where the
Yeah.
fleas are coming from.
Yeah.
No. It's not
Like even
Kiba.
stings.
It's
Mhm.
Torune Aburame, the guy who was, one of the right-hand man of Danzo Shimura.
The purple dude.
Yep, the purple dude. He
Oh.
was the adopted brother of Shino. Okay.
Oh.
Oh.
So what apparently happens is his father is apparently he dies at a very when Torune was pretty young, his father
Mhm.
passed away. Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So because of this, Chibi being a nice guy, he adopts him as his son, and he
Okay.
was older than Shino. So what happens here is, although Torune and Shino had different point of views about friendship, relations, etc., they did
Mhm.
have a very close bonding with each other. Okay.
Hmm.
Mm.
So what happens is, Danzo, being Danzo as always, he comes to Shibi and says that he wants to, he wishes to have his son, under him, basically in the Anbu
Mhm.
route. Well, Shibi was not interested in this. He requests him to, change his mind because he was not willing to give his son, like not to send him basically to the Anbu route.
Mm.
So, but Danzo being Danzo, he says, I have the authority to do so because if you really see throughout the series, there was one Aburame who's always associated with Danzo. May it be in the scene of Kabuto's backstory. There was one guy who was threatening the nun. If it is in the Shizui's backstory, as I told you, there was another Aburame who was doing all the things in the back. And then if it is even the death of Danzo before that, like when his assistants fight Toby,
Mhm.
there was another Aburame, the purple dude, Torune. So
Mhm.
there was always an Aburame with him. So I somewhere believe they had some sort of a promise, or they had sworn that their family or their lineage will sort of, serve
Attack between
the Anbu. Yeah. So the Anbu or something like that,
Mhm.
or to
Mhm.
Danzo, maybe especially to Danzo, maybe because we know Danzo how he is.
Mhm.
So during this situation, especially Danzo wanted Shino, because as I already spoke, Shino was extremely capable from a very young age. But then Torune being a very caring older brother, he offers himself over Shino, and then he goes to
Okay.
Danzo. But why does Danzo choose him? Well, he's not a kind dude. He doesn't care about emotions. Because Torune and his father had a special kind of parasite called Rinkaichu. That is the reason why his body is filled with purple color. They are phosphorus venomous insects, which is very, very, very hard to control. These insects. So his father was one of the very special Aburames, even within the Aburame clan. Okay, so this guy being one of such, characters in the Aburame clan, that is the reason why Danzo took him under his wing, and he wanted to use him for maybe different plans that he has, because as we see, if he merely touches the body of the victim or the target, these insects are capable enough to inject venom to their body to an extent that it instantly rots the skin.
Correct.
And only this guy had the antidote for that. If you see, there was a Yamanaka who fought alongside him, right? What was his name? Fu Yamanaka is his name. Fu Yamanaka.
Okay.
So he was the guy who teamed up with him, and he gets actually when he tries to touch Toby dematerializes, and then he touches this Fu Yamanaka, and then he uses the antidote, right, to cure him. So yes, so he could not only just control it, but then he had the antidote. So he was a deadly. That pair was a deadly combination, basically, to speak of. So Torune Aburame is a very prominent character in the series. Then comes the fourth character, which is Hikuro Aburame, who is Torune's father. But we don't know much about him. All we know is he passed away at a very young age, like when Torune was very young, basically. Then comes Tatsuma Aburame. He was that Aburame whom we see during Kabuto's backstory. If you remember, he comes and says, when they try to say we want the nun to, do some sort of infiltration mission. She was supposed to go on an infiltration, right? Like as a spy to different villages. Well, when the orphanage denies that you can't say this to the mother, and then this Aburame basically, in the background, he basically says, well, we will stop the funding, and things might be bad for the children. He starts he starts threatening in an indirect tone. He's that guy. His name is Tatsuma Aburame, and Tatsuma was a part of Root Foundation. Well, under Danzo, you can expect him being a part of Root. Then comes another Aburame called Muta Aburame. We don't know much about him. He's a Tokubetsu Jonin. Do you guys know what is a Tokubetsu Jonin?
Nope.
No.
Okay. We know Genin, we know Chunin, we know Jonin, right?
Yeah.
But then there is a position in the hierarchy. It's technically not a position, but then you can call it like a position in the hierarchy between Chunin and Jonin. It's called a Tokubetsu Jonin, meaning as in general, this shinobi is of the level of a Chunin, but he or she has one trait or one skill set. It can be anything.
Okay.
In which they're skilled enough to be on the caliber of a Jonin. That is called Tokubetsu Jonin.
Okay. Okay. That
To
one
go
skill makes them.
to go completely off topic, Kiba's mother was one such. Kiba's mother was one such Jonin. As an example. Okay. So, yep. So Muta Aburame was a Tokubetsu Jonin. I don't think we know much about him other than this. Then comes the most important Aburame for me personally. His name is Yoji Aburame.